Hello everyone. I decided to start this vlog and name it First 24 Hours with a Newborn at Home. We arrived home yesterday around 7 o'clock and we've been preparing the space around for the baby. I thought I was ready. I was nesting, putting things away, like doing designated areas and stuff. But when we came home after the hospital and after having a full setup there, I realized that my house is barely prepared for the baby. Like, I have all the stuff that I need, but not in the right places. It's not convenient and everything needs to be redone. I'm sorry for the quality of the video, but I'm gonna do it on my phone. She just fell asleep. Hope she sleeps at least for a few hours. But yeah, so all the time from 7 till almost midnight, we've been rearranging our space, setting it up close to the space that we had at the hospital, which was like just the necessities, everything under your hand. You can reach everything pretty quick and do everything very convenient. So we've been doing that, and then I napped for like 40 minutes while she slept, and now I'm up. It's midnight, so I thought, why not? It might be fun if I just film that first day and share with you some things that I do along the way. I do plan on sleeping today, and my husband's gonna take care of her for a couple of hours closer to the morning because he needs to go to work tomorrow. So yeah, I'm letting him sleep. He's not with me in our bedroom on the second floor. I've sent him upstairs so he can rest, and I can just do my own thing and see if I can rest with the baby. I will. If I can't, it's okay. I'm used to the nights. I work the night shift. But yeah, my thoughts are all disorganized because sleep deprivation is not a joke. At the moment, I am rearranging my bathroom. To be exact, it's a complete mess. I'll do the soft light, I guess. I have a bunch of stuff from the hospital that I need to put away, organize, and sort it out. But mainly, I have that bucket set up exactly how I had it at the hospital with my ice pads that they gave me. Some from Mom Cozy. These are not bad, actually. I kind of like these. These are even a little bit better than the hospital ones, like a little cooler, and they keep cold a little longer. I have the maternity pads that the hospital gave me. I have the disposable underwear. So here are my Tux pads, Dermoplast. This thing, also love. Really, really love. The trash can, everything, like I need to figure that out because this trash can is tiny for amount of stuff that I'm throwing away. My sitz bath is right there that I haven't done yet. I mean, I've done it once, and then I'm figuring out the space on here because I don't know where to put things. But yeah, my Perry bottle, I ended up using the hospital ones. Honestly, I haven't even opened the Mom Cozy one, but I'm thinking about it because sometimes I feel like I need a little bit more water. But as far as it can go, I thought it was going to be very not useful, but it actually pretty good. I'm actually going to just put it right here because I just keep it all right here. But yeah, that's my bathroom. I have a bunch of backup as well. The nurses are so nice, and they literally equip me with like bags of stuff that I might need. Also, they might have felt bad for my tear, so they literally gave me everything that I might need for the next at least a week. I have enough of stuff. So yeah, that's my bathroom. I still need to like organize it a little bit more, but basically that's the setup that I had at the hospital. Like, all these things were at my disposal at any second when I went to the bathroom, and I wanted to kind of repeat it and do the same for here. But we have so much things that I want to just like shovel out of here to empty the space. It's just so weird when like you're home, you don't feel like you have a lot of stuff, but then when you're in the hospital and you have only the necessities, you realize that you don't need a lot of things. And we came home and all of that amount of different things kind of like irritates me, because then I don't have space for literally the most important things that I actually need and actually use. So yeah, we've been making some space. Same happens in the nursery, but I guess we'll talk about it a little bit later because I need to figure out the formula situation. My milk supply hasn't started yet. I just have a little, and the baby's on a bigger size, so she's not having enough just for me until the milk comes. So I keep latching her. I'm doing everything like they told me to. The lactation consultants were amazing too, but we're doing both right now, so she gets enough, she's fed and like calm and sleeping, but she does the breast first. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at, but I need to figure out the formula situation so it's easy and it's like at my disposal anytime I need it. So right now it's around 1 a.m. I'm literally on the clock. I have 1 more hour before she needs to wake up for feeding, and I'm here eating bananas and pears, and my protein shake is here. I don't feel like eating a lot at night, but I'm super hungry. Snacking, drinking water, and trying to figure out my pumping situation. I am not planning on pumping yet, at least until I figure out how much milk I'm gonna have, like what's my supply, is she breastfeeding, not. Like, I keep this open, but I want everything to be set up so I can easily start using it when I need it, because before the hospital I haven't touched it. I got it through the insurance, which was free. That's nice, but again, haven't tried, haven't used it. I used a pump at the hospital twice. First time for the induction, and the second time just to like see if I have any colostrum coming out, and when I was trying to figure out that maybe I should start pumping and feeding when she was too fussy with my boob and she didn't want to take it, but then we found a different way to do that, the SNS. If you know, you know. If not, just Google. Really interesting situation, time consuming, tedious, but it makes your baby take your boob even though you don't have milk or like enough food, and you want to teach them to latch correctly. Just open the box, and I just want to organize everything, and we got given lots of supplies for breastfeeding, like especially for SNS, and like mini bottles and stuff. Again, just gonna set everything up. I have 2 pumps. This one is the Motive that I got through the insurance. The Motive Luna pump seemed the most popular on that website. Looks like that. And then I also have LV, the like portable pump, but I'm not gonna touch that one right now because if I need it, I'll figure out how to use it. But I want to set up like a regular pump that I might use at any point. The baby's sleeping right there. I just don't know if I want to show her just yet, so maybe a little bit later. I put all of our extra breastfeeding supply into the box from the pump, and like all the tedious little things, the syringes, the stuff for SNL, everything is there. I'm also gonna put the pump right there as well, and I'm just gonna keep it all in one spot for the time that I need it. Now it's 2 a.m. It's our time to eat, so we're doing breastfeeding first, and then we'll finish the bottle. I changed the diaper, but I feel like her tummy is working pretty well, so I might have to change it again a little bit later. Oops, it's a little uncomfortable to hold the camera, but I'm also trying to figure out how to set the right temperature for the room, which is kind of tricky because in one part of the room it can be better and the other might be worse, so it's kind of weird. But yeah, pretty good. And I have like some kind of a sore throat at the moment, and I'm wondering if it's the sore throat from me screaming during labor, or is it a sore throat like a bacteria or something. Main tip that I figure out right now is to set the timer on your phone for the next feeding right before or during you're doing this one. Otherwise, you'll forget what time it was and it'll be hard to calculate the time. So like, as soon as I started feeding her, I set the timer for 3 hours, hoping that she'll sleep for 3 hours. But if not, we'll wake up earlier and start everything earlier. But yeah, I feel like I have to change her diaper again. But we ain't gonna have another 10-15 minutes of the boob. And then we're gonna go to formula. Just finish everything so she can rest, sleep, and not be hungry. And my breasts are getting a little bit more tender. I'm talking about not about nipples, but about the breast itself. So maybe something's coming. I'm really hoping, honestly, that it's going to be a little easier than the labor itself, even though I loved it. Not loved it, but like I'm fully satisfied with my experience in labor and delivery. I hope the breastfeeding is not going to be as tough. And yeah, honestly, she slept pretty well for like 2 hours, maybe even more after I fed her last time. So I could have slept, but for some reason I chose to walk around the house and do tedious things that I feel like needs to be done. And tomorrow we have our cleaning lady coming over, so I need to kind of prepare the house for her as well. And it's kind of hard for me to do anything, to go to sleep if I woke up by her screaming, because I napped 40 minutes before that, and then I calmed her down. She fell asleep, but I don't have the desire to sleep anymore from that sudden awakening. I might have to learn how to do that. And yeah, I guess these specific feeding is gonna end up with both of us going to bed and trying to sleep. It's 3 a.m. and this is kind of a rough hour. I hoped I was gonna feed her and then she was just gonna go straight to sleep and I could sleep because she slept so well the last couple hours. But no, everything is going wrong. I had to feed her and give her a boob multiple times. She kept waking up. She had a giant poop that I changed right before I fed her, and while I was feeding her she also peed a lot, so I had to change her again. And she hates changing diapers. I can't even describe how much she hates that. So because of that, she completely fully woke up again. And the trick with feeding is that she falls asleep right after it, or almost towards the end. So you can just put her down and she can sleep for some time, for an hour or two less, more or less. But this time, because she peed, I had to change the diaper, which woke her up again. And now I need to find a way to put her to sleep so she can just sleep. Oh my god, I look so tired, even though I slept for about 2 hours. My milk is finally here, so I need to figure out how to feed her and make sure that she's actually drinking it, not just sucking on the breast without eating. And I just did my first pumping session. I got 40 cc's, which is exactly the dose that she's eating right now, which is perfect. I'm just gonna store it for sometime today that I'm gonna feed her it with. And yeah, I just need to figure out and make sure that she's eating when she's actually on my breast to establish the milk supply. So that's what we're gonna do. Why do I look so tired? I need to just make myself look more presentable and get ready for our first pediatrician visit. I'll probably talk about breastfeeding there as well, just to ask some questions and stuff to make sure I'm doing everything correctly. And yeah, it's been a hectic 12 hours since we're back from the hospital. A lot of things I need to do, not to forget, lots of things to take care of, and the baby on top of that, she's thankfully sleeping, and I did have to like use the tricks and give her a pacifier sometimes just to calm her down, because she would ask for a boob for comfort. She wouldn't eat, but she would just suck on it, which my nipples are painful as it is. But yeah, that's pregnancy content that you want to see, I guess. Yeah, if you're not pregnant or not interested, you better skip that. But it's kind of a mess. I'm trying to organize my life, and I also opened a huge bottle of formula yesterday. So you can only store it for a month. And if she's gonna be eating my milk, regardless if she's gonna be breastfed or if she's gonna drink it from the bottle, I don't need the whole pack of formula. So we'll see what we're gonna do about that. Yeah, all in all, I just need to sort out things in this room and other rooms while she's sleeping and make myself look presentable before we go to the pediatrician, and sort out the rooms because we have our cleaning lady coming in today, and she's gonna do an amazing job as always cleaning our house. We got her literally exactly a year ago, and that's the best money that I've spent in that year, because I just can't even explain how much it helps, like just to pay someone to clean your house and not worry about it. It's mind-blowing how life-changing it is, and it's totally worth it, and it's not that expensive. A lot of people think that it is, but it's not. Then hopefully she'll eat again, and we're gonna go for our first appointment. Very excited, but very worried as well at the same time, because I haven't been with her alone by myself, especially going somewhere. Never ever. Lots of firsts in these past weeks. It's just hard. It's just so hard to imagine how she was in my belly 3 days ago. Literally the same size, same weight, and now she's here. Yeah. Postpartum. Hello. Also, one of our flowers started to bloom, and I am amazed because I almost threw it away. It was drying and almost dying. I don't know why I kept it, but then at some point it perked up, became green, so I was like, okay, you can live here. And then we moved it to the bathroom on our window, and it started to bloom. While we were in the hospital, all of these flowers opened. Wow. I thought I can't take care of a plant. I was just having a conversation with one of my friends. She was my doula on the delivery, and she's like my best support system, like highest support system. My family is great and everything, but like we do get each other so much, and it's just like you can't explain how two people can just be on the same page so much. And we were talking about the weird feeling that a lot of new mothers have, and just in general a lot of parents, when we are doing and making the decisions for our babies based not on what we feel like we want to do or like best for us or our babies, but based on the opinions on some people on the internet, on the people from the family or friends. And I was telling her how it's so weird that you are home by yourself doing things and making decisions that you think are better for you and your family, and you still feel judged and watched all the time, even though no one's in the room. It's like that constant voice in your head telling you that someone would say you're doing it wrong. And that's so sad, to be honest. And I feel like the world would be so much better if people just kept their opinions to themselves and stopped judging or giving advices that they were not asked about. And I'm trying not to listen to those things. And also, I haven't had a lot of it in my life yet. And people that would do it, they're pretty close, so I feel like they might be thinking that they have the right to do so. But it's just so annoying, and everyone thinks they know best, or everyone thinks that they can help with their advice. So as a new parent and new mom, I would say unless the person reaches out to you and asking specifically about your opinion or on the matter, or for advice about how better do things here and there, I don't know, whether it's lactation, sleep, schedule, whatever, anything, please don't say anything, because you don't know, but you might hurt someone's feelings, or you can seed the thought of being incompetent in their head, even though they won't tell you anything. Yeah, it's just, let's keep our opinions and judgments to ourselves, and let people that are already under stress and going through a lot, because having a baby is a huge adjustment, especially if you never had one. Let them be, let them decide, and if they need help, trust me, they'll come for it. They'll ask you for it, and that's when they will really appreciate your advice, and it's gonna be amazing instead of hurting someone when you don't even know it. So yeah, that's my piece of advice. And I'm like stuck in the things that I need to do, but I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna make it all happen, and we'll make it to the appointment on time. The baby's snug as a bug, sleeping in our cocoon that we bought and swaddled. Yeah, everything's working out fine. My husband's actually swaddling her better than me. Our kitties are getting used to her as well. They're like sniffing around, walking around, looking at her. They don't seem too much stressed, but they definitely are not really sure about what's going on. Yeah, Snowball. It's not the baby. Oh, baby. And I'm wearing the thing that I bought at Costco. Here's my belly, 3 days postpartum, still there, and yeah, very comfortable, very stretchy. I'm gonna be wearing it all day, I guess. I like it. I need to make the bed and clean up here a little bit. Well, my thought about 24 hours for the newborn were completely different from what it actually is. As I said, we had an appointment with pediatrician, and from that standpoint, everything went crazy. I'm just trying to drive through. I'm driving my husband's car. But let me start from the beginning. So I knew that there is a drive about 30 minutes to get to the office where the pediatrician works, which I left on time. I got there on time. I was worried about the road because I've never been by myself with her, especially driving somewhere. Why do I have a bump on my lip? But we did that. We got there on time. Everything was perfect. I get to the clinic and I find out that the specific lab that we came there for, they don't do it there. Which I was like, then what's the point of us being here? Why did we even have the appointment here? After that, everything's getting even more interesting. They're saying that I have to go back to the hospital where I gave birth to the baby and do the lab there, which is another 40-minute drive and about an hour to get to our house. At that point, my husband was coming back from work and I'm like, please come over, we'll leave your car and then we'll just drive there together because I don't think I can do it by myself for the first time, and then we'll come back and pick up your car. We did it took a long time. I mean, all in all, we went there. We were supposed to get the results there on the spot, but no, we had to go back to the office to the pediatrician to see the results because they wouldn't release it to us. The doctor was supposed to review them before we would have it. So we had to go back to the office with a 3-day-old baby. But now I know that we can do anything, to be honest. Like, everything is possible. It doesn't matter how hard it feels. We did it. So now I'm driving my husband's car back home so I can get a little bit of rest, and he can take care of the baby until I get home. I got some sushi takeout, and I really need to pump because it feels like my boobs about to explode. I didn't expect it to be so sudden, because yesterday I had nothing, and today I already pumped about 40 cc's. It's like 1.5 ounce of colostrum. So I guess the milk is coming. I'm really excited. I really hope that I will be able to have a good journey with the breastfeeding, because so far it's been a really sensitive topic for me for some reason, which I guess it's postpartum hormones. But yeah, it's just a lot. I'm gonna get home and I have like a ton of things that I need to do on my list, plus adding the baby to the insurance, getting her birth certificate, changing a lot of things. It's just in the leave of absence. I'm overwhelmed. It's been only 24 hours since we had a baby by ourselves without the help of the nurses and the doctors and everyone else. It's beautiful outside, but we're not gonna be there. Everything is blooming because she's too little. I don't want her to get cold. It's overwhelming. I've cried like 5 times on the phone with my mom, in the car with my husband. Something great happens, I'm crying. Something upsetting happens, I'm crying. It's crazy. I don't know how people do that. Like, I feel good, even though I'm mostly sleep deprived, but it's just overwhelming. If you're going through the same thing, or if you recently had a baby, please share. How did you feel when you left the hospital with him or her? Because for me, it was so scary to just stay with that newborn on our own. It's like, and there is no one who can help you, advise you, even though I really longed to leave the hospital as fast as possible, because they kept waking us up all the time and checking on us, which I appreciate, but it made us even more sleep deprived. Like, we were not ourselves yesterday. But it was so scary to just like leave with her and not to have anyone experienced around anymore. Yeah, I feel like this vlog is just like completely chaotic because my mind, my brain, everything is just all over the place, and I guess it's gonna stay like that for a while. But I still have energy to do things, which is great. It's 5 o'clock, so most of the day has gone by, because before, like these past couple hours from 1 to 5 was hectic. Literally driving back and forth and worrying, and it's just, I guess that's gonna be my life from now on. I don't know. I think I like it, but it's not what I expected for sure. It's 10 p.m. I just had a short nap for like about 2 hours. My husband gave me a break, and I'm gonna sleep until around midnight, and then it's gonna be his turn. I need to quickly pump because my boobs are about to explode, and I also needed to feed her as well, which I'm doing both because otherwise she's not eating that much from my boobs, and those hurt pretty bad. Before the milk supply regulates itself, I don't even know how it's gonna be, but I really need to call lactation consultants to figure it out, because I have a lot of questions now. Before, the problem was that I didn't have anything to feed her. Now the problem was I have so much. How do I not screw it up? How do I not make it smaller, like significantly smaller, so she doesn't have enough? Or how do I not overproduce? How do I not trigger the overproduction by pumping sometimes? But if I don't, she doesn't empty my breasts all the way, so it's kind of like halfway job. There is a lot I need to learn. But yeah, small check-in. It's all in the first 24 hours. I can't believe that.